So back in 2020, I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I get in front of my laptop and I enter this game, which has no players. I enter this empty server where I found this glitch where you can bring in your alternative account and kill it over and over again to get as many wins. And I'd get around 400 wins. Keep in mind that for an active player inside of that game, you'd get around 30 to 50 wins per day. But the sad part is there were barely 2,000 players inside of that game. Barely 2,000. And the game wasn't getting updated anymore, like at all. For months it hasn't been updated. The creator of the game just left the project. Basically, I was just farming wins in a game that's been dead for half a year, and I was just grinding it out just for the love of the game. Actually, I was just so obsessed with getting into that leaderboard, getting those wins, and I would just literally wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. with my friend and grind out those wins. And that's actually quite sad. But when you have this obsessive personality, you can apply it to anything else, really. Once you get obsessed about something so much that time has no meaning, really. You just get so indulged in it up until the point where you can't stop, really. So if you have this sort of obsessive personality, you should really find things that bring huge return on investment that you could get obsessed with. Especially if you used to be so obsessed over video games. Because honestly, I spent years of playing video games and, I have some huge regrets doing that. But once you understand that it might be one of your superpowers, you can actually use this obsessiveness to your advantage. There's this funny thing with levels inside of the video games. They hire psychologists to literally get you as addicted toward those video games as much as possible. And before that, before 2020, I used to play this other game with tanks where I also used to level up and get through the rank system. I'd upgrade my tank, I'd rank up, and it was pretty much the same. And while I was still in the classroom, all I could think about is just getting back home and participating in this new holiday inside of that game, buying a ton of turrets, killing as many tanks, leveling up, catching gold boxes or something. I was that obsessed to the point where even though I wasn't thinking about it consciously, it was still on my mind whether I wanted to think about it or not, because I was constantly engaged in it. So if you think like this obsessive personality is something to worry about, I promise it is not if you're putting all that energy towards something that yields great results, towards something that actually gives you long-term fulfillment instead of long-term regret. So you can just redirect it toward the right thing. It's up to you. Now, some of you may ask, well, how do I use it to my advantage? How do I just become obsessed with something? Well, you start small and you expose yourself to it as much as possible. You expose yourself to the thing. You become better at it. You learn, you iterate, and the obsession will just become automatic because you'll become better at it. Like in video games, right after you level up, you get this huge dopamine surge. It just takes a bit more courage and effort, but it's way more fulfilling than video games.